Today guys, we are going on a long run down the canal. Welcome back to the channel. For anyone who's new to the channel, thank you for coming back to watch another video. Today is probably more like an update in terms of where I am with training. It's been a while since I sort of updated you what we're doing at the moment. As you all probably know, all the half marathons that I was signed up for got cancelled, or sorry, I should say postponed until at least the autumn time, late summer. I think it gives me an opportunity to just dial it back a little bit. I'm not in a position where I need to sort of grind out every single week to, obviously not to the best that they need to be to, but I don't need to bury myself in training at the moment for a race which is just 5, 6, 7 months away. You probably know that probably Berlin and London marathons are my goal races, so fingers crossed that they can go ahead this year. In terms of the build-up races, obviously Big Half has been moved to August, which is fantastic because that tunes up, has a really nice half marathon race just before London Marathon, which is nice because you always tend to sort of look for a really fast half marathon. So yeah, that's a nice tune up. So at the moment I'm just sort of just running kind of what I want to do, to be honest. I've paused any sort of structural training plan that I've been running on. What I am doing is keeping the frequency of my running the same, so I'm running 6 times a week. The couple of times a week that I'm doing strength and conditioning, and I'm also doing the same again with the yoga. So I've not cut out the things that supplement the training, and I'm also just doing things what I kind of want to do, to be honest. I'm kind of experimenting with a few things and running a session when I want to. If I run it on a Tuesday, I can do that. If I want to run it on a Wednesday, I can do that. So I'm just having a lot of flexibility right now, just to make sure that I'm enjoying running. And I think that's probably one of the main things, even though I said in like my sub 3 video about how to break sub 3, is enjoying running, is to tune your mentality to understand what it is that you're able to do and what you're trying to do. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned, and obviously answering your questions and your comments, which has been fantastic. So if you haven't checked that video out, I'm upper right hand corner in terms of how I broke sub 3, how you sort of align yourself between cycles. Don't need to bury yourself in training. You don't need to push the absolute limit. Yes, I could easily continue training right now and do a half marathon time trial, 10k time trial, get myself into really peak fitness in April, May. But for me personally, how I train, how I like to tackle races, it's not going to do it. I think one thing I've learned during this whole sort of pandemic cycle, pretty much what we're still in at the moment, is that I need to make sure there's a race in the calendar and make sure it's not going to be cancelled, because yes, it's all well and good that I can run time trials and stuff, but I just don't have the motivation for it. I'll be honest with you, I'm going to level with you, I just can't be bothered. It just doesn't excite me. I need the atmosphere, I need the other people around me, I need people to chase, I want people to chase me. So there's a number of factors that, and I'm probably not the only one here, and we're all dealing with it in the same way. Biggest thing for right now is to enjoy the training. I'm going to run with a friend called Laura today. Just going to run along the canal in past Hackney Marshes, and give me an opportunity just to run really easy with her, just have a nice chat. And I think this is the thing, like, the biggest thing is to enjoy your miles between cycles. I like to train all year round, be ready for races when they need to, but when they do tune up and when I do have one in focus, and I do tend to sort of just hone in and dial and sharpen for that particular race. So whilst I'm not got a race on the calendar at the moment, I'm just going to keep the training volume up. I'm still running between 50 to 60 miles a week because my body's at that stage where I'm able to do so and I can carry myself fairly well. The only thing that will change is probably the intensity and the length of time that we're sort of spending on feet, depending on what we're training for. So as you saw, I ran up to 71 miles as a peak week for breaking sub 3. When I broke 251, I ran close to 80-ish miles, but that was a lot of 70 miles back to back. So there's definitely something in sort of consistently putting together those high mileage weeks that sort of yield good results, get a good training effect out of today's sort of long run, and just add a little bit of loading and stimulation to the actual body, because I did a hill session on Friday. It was a little bit sore yesterday. It's been a while since I actually did hills. And today, yeah, I'll do a nice long run, and that will sort of top me out just under 60 or so miles a week, something around that figure. It's not raining at all. We've had horrendous wind this past week. It's not been the most pretty, but it kind of gives you a satisfying feeling once you come through maybe a tough session in the wind. I ran a tempo session on Friday, so I didn't even know if I was going forwards or backwards. it felt like I was going sideways, and yeah, I did my best, utmost best to push as hard as I could for a tempo sections. One thing I'd add is actually, do you prefer this style of video in terms of me taking you along on a particular training day, whether it's a session, vlogging, potentially what I'm doing in the day type of thing, like similar to what we're doing today and what you're watching? Or do you prefer those sit down videos? Because I've got different types of videos on the channel, and obviously I want to sort of tune it to as much as what you take the most value out of. And I think sharing a particular day like today is very useful because it just gives you a little bit of an insight in terms of what it is that I'm doing on sort of this, maybe this off season. Let me know what you think in terms of the video styles and what you like to see. It's an opportunity for me to connect with so many different other runners. Got lots of exciting things happening in the very near future, which I'll let you guys know on the channel. There's a few things that you'd be interested in terms of me as a runner, me as something giving back to you as another runner, and obviously from my experiences, because at the end of the day, like I said in the sub 3 video, I'm really just an everyday runner that just really does love running, and I've been able to start off at a very reasonable sort of 4 hours 42 and like get down to like the 251s with the marathon, and I've got dreams to go under 251, like under 245, and seal that sort of championship time for London Marathon. And a lot of things that I can give back to you as a runner. There's a lot of experiences, and the biggest thing is that all these videos and all these tips, all this advice that I'll be giving to you is from my own experience. It's from my personal experience. I've been there, I've gone through the emotion, I've gone through the grit, getting yourself out the door, and just trying to really just be the best runner that you can. And I think that's if you can commit to doing that each and every day, and being able to say that you give your utmost best in terms of for your running, that's all you can really ask for. Because chasing a particular goal, it's just you and that goal. It's essentially, you need to hone that focus. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is being able to switch off all the noise externally and just focus on yourself, because there's a lot of things that can distract you, and that's maybe something that I might be able to help you with in the very near future. So stay tuned for that. And we are here. So guys, I'm running with Laura, long-time friend, ex-pacer with me. I'll put up her details on the screen of where to catch her, but yeah, she's, if you're in the London running scene, you'll know Laura Murray. So that's Laura. Hi. But yeah, we're just doing an hour easy today, just along with the canal, just super chatty. And this is nice, like I was saying before, right now in sort of my off season, this is a period of time where I can do these things and like sort of rekindle, just catching up with friends, because it has been a very long time since I ran with humans, and this is twice in a week now, so a bit like a London bus, they come along so quickly. Human contact. They do. So we've completed an hour of easy running. Laura's gonna stretch. So yeah, she's gonna stretch. I'm gonna do maybe like half an hour or something. And there's like a nice little loop, which is here. Yeah, one of the reasons also is I'm sick and tired of running local to me, so it's nice to get out and actually run somewhere new, which is the main thing, and like explore. And it also gets me out of bed, because I would have put this off until midday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then I'm looking at the clock thinking, you're an idiot for waiting so long. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the views of the canal. It's a very nice place to run for miles up towards past the M25 here in London, past Hertford, and it also goes right into central London. Regent's Canal, isn't that what it's called? Yeah. something like that. But yeah, there's many routes. So Laura's gone, so I'm just going to do some strides drills, which I didn't do yesterday, and then I'm just going to do like 30 minutes or so just on feel, basically, in terms of pushing the pace a little bit to sort of round off this weekend's long run. Saying about half tights as well. Do you wear them? I really like them. Never worn them until like 2 months ago, so they've really grown on me. Let's give it 30 minutes of pushback. First loop done, 8:32, 1.25 miles. Lap 2 in 17 flat, same pace as lap 1. I'm pushing to the limit, no, not at all. I mean, I can talk to you, but working old school marathon pace. Lap done, 23:28, 8:28 pace, 2 seconds better off. Although, not that it's a competition or anything, just trying to maintain a nice consistent pace, which is what we're trying to do. Last lap. Lap 4, 33:55, and we're done. It's one run that I would not recommend that you ever drop in your cycle, because it's potentially the longest run that you do of the week. It's a great aerobic builder for those long distances, even for 5-10k as well. So definitely a run which you can always include into your training week. So I'm just doing a little cool down, and then it's time to put this run to end. So the long run is done. Hope you enjoyed just coming on a long run with me. There's nothing, no bells and whistles today, just one of them runs, which is pretty much part and parcel of every single training week, is that it's that long run which provides a big staple. Cheers. We're back in the car now, guys, nice and warm. So as soon as I stopped running, lost a lot of heat, so I've stretched, put some warm clothes on. But no, thank you for joining once again. We'll start a series on the channel once I sort of get closer to a marathon date, and there is a marathon date in the calendar. And I kind of need a date which I know that is not going to move, give me something to sort of fix towards and sort of work towards. So yeah, that will come along on the channel naturally. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification for when I post another video. Thank you for the feedback off the sub 3 video. That was really great. It seemed to resonate with a lot of people out there in terms of where they are on their journey, and I'll try and bring more of those sort of breakthrough type of videos to the channel. In the meantime, I'm going to get home because I'm super hungry, to get some food into the belly, enjoy the rest of the Sundays. So I want to say thank you for watching, and hope you're taking care of yourself and keeping well, and I hope you're smashing the running right now wherever you're watching this. Until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.